Hello and welcome to That's Gaming DK. My name is Claus, aka Kodylpryl, and in this video we're gonna take a closer look at Arkham Horror, the card game, revised edition. This is a living card game from Fantasy Flight, and we're gonna take it up and unbox and see what's inside. But before we go over to the table, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It is highly appreciated. So here we are at the table, and here we have the box, and let's get this open. So let me just get a knife and see if we can cut it open somewhere. There we go. So as I said, this is the newest revised edition that came out last year, 2021, and this is the core game. And one of the big differences, as far as I understand, from the last edition to this is the last edition was 1 to 2 players per core box. This is 1 to 4, so you don't have to buy 2 core sets anymore to actually have enough components to play. So here we have the box, and let me just turn around if I can find the space bit. Oh, so we can see here we have some of the card art. It says down here, it says that it takes 45 minutes per player. It is 1 to 4 player and it is co-op. There is a code to scan. It's by Fantasy Flight Games. And it says here, the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown by H.P. Lovecraft. So let's get this box open and see what we have inside. So here we go. I'm just gonna flip it over so we better can have everything in the camera. Wiggle. There we go. So we can see here that first up, if I can just get autofocus to work. First up, we have the rule book, the Learn to Play. Okay, so this is actually Learn to Play, and this is a full color. Let me just switch off this autofocus. There we go. So over here we have an introduction, we have a game overview, how to use the book, a description of this living card game, what it means, which is that you continue to use the same cards, and you use this as a deck building game, and new cards is released from time to time. We have a list of all the components, so we have damage tokens, horror tokens, resource tokens, clue and doom tokens, investigator card, investigator mini cards, lead investigator tokens, and 245 player cards and 111 scenario cards, 44 chaos tokens, and a chaos bag to hand it all. Then we have fundamental concepts, what it means when you already exhaust the setup of all the rules, with some really nice step-by-step examples, full color of course. And then we have a description of the round sequence, the actions you can take, how to do skill test, really nice booklet. And then we have in the back, we have a list of the starting investigators and the starting decks. So if you have used the card for deck building, you can reproduce the initial decks. And we have a nice reference here of all the symbols and keywords. Continuing, we have the rules reference, which is all the rules in detail. So this is just rules, no pictures, just rules. Yeah, seems like this is just very few pictures, a lot of rules, and a lot of terminology. So here we have the index, where we can look up all the different rules for all the different keywords and terms in the game. Then comes the scenario. I'm not gonna show too much of this because I wanted to play for myself, but this is how to set up the campaign and the different difficulties that you can play it at. And here is the following campaign sheet that you fill out as you go. What is this? This is a advert for another game. Yeah, and more of the games that they do in Fantasy Flight. Then we have a lot of cardboard, so these are all the tokens we just saw in the entry. So the chaos, the resource, the damage and horror, as well as the clues and doom. And then we come down to a really nice insert here to have all your components in. And down here we have all the mini cards of the different investigators. We have this nice velour chaos pack. And we have all the cards, so I think these are the starter decks for each of our heroes, yeah. So here we have Wendy Adams, the Urchin. We have Agnes Baker, the waitress. Skitz O'Toole, the ex-con. Daisy Walker, the librarian. And of course, Roland Baker, the vet. And these are, so all these starter sets, the investigators, are, as far as I understand, the same as the original core set. But the pre-made decks are new, so normally you just got the decks and you had to do deck building from the start based on the investigators. Now they come with predefined decks, which also means that you have more than 4 copies of some very general cards because these are pre-made. So over here we have the scenario decks and encounter cards. So all of these are encounter cards, and each of the scenarios. So we have 3 scenarios here: the Gathering, the Midnight Mask, and the Devour Below, which makes up for the Night of the Sealed mini campaign. And here we have all the additional cards, and this is where it changed from the original core sets, because this contains cards normally used in deck building by characters from across all the different expansions. So some of the most used cards are actually included in the revised core set. And that makes up for everything, I think. I don't think we have any, no, we don't have anything below. So this is all the content of the box. So a lot of cards, a lot of room for additional cards as we get on and get these sleeved. And yeah, that's it. So that was all the content of the box of Arkham Horror, the card game revised edition. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you might be interested in trying out the game for yourself. Not only is this the core game that you need that contains 3 scenarios, but there is a lot of additional campaigns and investigators that you can buy to keep enjoying the campaign of the game. If you have any comments, please write them in the section below, or go join our Discord, where you are also able to ask us questions or just join the conversation in general. That was everything for this video. Thanks for watching.